Let's get you the updates from Parliament first. The second day of the 18th session of the lower house of India's Parliament began today with newly elected MPs taking oath as the members of the House. The oath-taking of MPs will continue till the evening. On the first day of Parliament session on Monday, several MPs, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, took oath. The Bharatiya Janata Party's Member of Parliament from Rajasthan's Kota, Om Birla, on Tuesday filed his nomination for the post of Speaker of the 18th Lok Sabha. He has been chosen as NDA's candidate for the post of Speaker. He also held the position in the previous House. NDA leaders signed a motion paper in favour of Om Birla for the Speaker of the 18th Lok Sabha today. Meanwhile, Congress MP K. Suresh also filed his nomination for the post of Speaker of the 18th Lok Sabha. The opposition India Alliance has fielded K. Suresh for the post. The election of the Lok Sabha Speaker will be conducted on Wednesday. Lok Sabha Speaker has been elected without any contest since independence, and this is the first time that there will be a contest for the post. All right, DD India's Dibendu Mondal joins us with more on this. Dibendu, let us get more from you on the Parliament proceedings so far. We tell our viewers that the oath-taking of the newly elected MPs into the House as members of the House is continuing. You spell out more details.
That's right, Preeti. Today is day 2 of the first sitting of the 18th Lok Sabha. Since yesterday, the oath-taking ceremony of all the members of Parliament who have been newly elected in the general elections of 2024 is continuing inside the Parliament building that you see behind me. The election of the Lok Sabha Speaker is something that is being talked about here inside the Parliament by all the leading political parties. Also, Preeti, interestingly, for the first time ever since, in fact, not the first time, for the first time since 1976, the post of the Speaker will go for election. And this is, in fact, the third time ever since independence that the Speaker's post of the Lok Sabha will witness an election between the NDA candidate Om Birla as well as the Indie Bloc candidate K. Suresh from the Congress. So all eyes will be on that when the elections happen tomorrow. But for today, it is likely that all the 543 elected MPs will complete their oath-taking ceremony by this evening, after which the ball here would shift towards the election of the Lok Sabha Speaker. Back to you.
All right, Dibendu. So election of the Speaker will be one prominent aspect of the session this time. But then let us also understand more from you. How is this session in particular different from the ones that have been held earlier, the monsoon sessions, because this is the first session after the general elections 2024. Let us get more from you on this.
Well, Preeti, this is an inaugural session of the 18th Lok Sabha. This is a special session called by the government. This session is specifically called for the oath-taking ceremony of all the newly elected members. There are not much businesses that will happen in this session also, because the fact that this is a special session where the oath-taking ceremony is primarily one of the key aspects, as well as the election of the Lok Sabha Speaker. But also apart from that, Preeti, as per parliamentary democracy, traditions of the parliamentary democracy, the President of India will also be addressing the joint session of the Parliament, which is the lower and the upper house of the Parliament will sit together, and the President of India will be addressing the joint session as part of the inaugural address of the 18th Lok Sabha, after which a motion of thanks would be moved by the government and debated and discussed in both the houses of the Parliament, in this case the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. This is primarily what will happen till the 3rd of July, when the Parliament will be adjourned till the monsoon / the budget session begins once again. So primarily not much business as per the bills or any significant policy decision that will be debated or discussed in this particular session, since this is a special session of the Parliament. Preeti.
All right, Dibendu, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for joining in with those details and inputs. And from here, we are joined in by senior journalist, Mr. Shekhar Iyer, to get more insights into this. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on DD India News Hour this afternoon. A lot has been, we've seen a lot of developments with regard to the post of Speaker. And to begin with, I would ask you, why the sudden change of heart by the opposition?
Well, Preeti, if they had first of all come forward and said we will elect the Speaker without proposing any condition and we'll support unanimous election, perhaps the government could have, considered their, plea that the Deputy Speaker's post should go to the opposition. But what we saw was the opposition was seeking a kind of a deal that if we are to support Om Birla as the Speaker, then you will have to guarantee us, you have to assure us that the Deputy Speaker post will be given to us. So I don't think the government was looking for that kind of a quid pro quo. Rather, the first is the Speaker's election, and the opposition could have always shown, a gesture. And also the fact, which has been pointed out by BJP spokespersons, see, in the states where the Congress has been ruling, they never followed this practice of having the Speaker from the Congress and then the opposition getting the Deputy Speaker's post. There could have been a gesture, but they have not shown this gesture. Well, the mood is one of confrontation, so one can see. But it's an election, we all know the numbers are on whose side. And so Om Birla's election, though it is unprecedented, but this is going to see first of the floor strength of NDA versus the opposition.
All right. Also, when we talk of, NDA government 3.0, the Modi government 3.0, how crucial is this post of Speaker in the House?
So, Preeti, invariably, the ruling party has always had the position of the Speaker. Though, after the Speaker is elected, he dissociates from the ruling party because he doesn't belong to any party. But in case of a tie, he can also cast his vote on any matter. Now, that apart, generally it is because the government and the chair will have to, work in tandem regarding the legislative business. This has been the practice wherever the ruling party always has its own person, or rather a person belonging to their party to be the Speaker. So this is nothing unusual. And Om Birla has been the Speaker in the previous House also. So, but the opposition, I think, has a particular antipathy towards Om Birla because he has been tough on unruly behavior in the House, not following rules. So, obviously, they are not very pleased with the BJP's decision to re-nominate Om Birla for the Speaker's post. But I think this was a good opportunity for the opposition to convey a message that they are for cooperation in the House and they want to see that the Parliament, the new Parliament, the 18th Lok Sabha, functions in a very proper manner. There are scope for debate, but unfortunately, we are not going to see this because the mood is one of confrontation. Because the opposition has not even accepted the mandate. Because
yes, and also in the beginning, the India Alliance, the opposition, in fact, also talked of how the post of the Speaker should be given to the NDA allies. And eventually, we saw them file their own candidate for the post of the Speaker. So, invariably, yes, you also pointed out that this talks a lot about the intent of the opposition right before the beginning of the session, isn't it?
You see, when you are extending support, you don't say put conditions. No, yes. I will support you only if you back our candidate. That is not the spirit of consensus. See, the first matter before the new House is election of the Speaker. If the opposition had not put up a candidate, he would have been elected unanimously. The tradition could have continued. Then perhaps the Deputy Speaker's post, the opposition could have said, look, we backed unanimously. So, these could have been conveyed through back channels. But as Rahul Gandhi was saying, we put up a proposal through Kharge. We were told the government would get back. The government did not get back. So Kharge was humiliated. See, the whole problem, Preeti, we saw it in the previous House also, that opposition has decided that they will not be in any mood for cooperation, at least for the functioning of the House. Mm-hmm. See, the opposition job is to oppose the government, and they are free to do it in our parliamentary democracy. But at the same time, there are gestures that are important. In fact, many people are saying the earlier tradition of how members used to take oath and then go around to the other side and also exchange greetings and go back to their seat after taking oath as MP. Now, these practices have been done away with. The whole problem is, see, the heat generated by the election should not be taken forward. After the
Yes.
elections are over, results are declared. But unfortunately, this has not happened.
All right, so we leave it here. We'll have to see how far does the opposition take this heat of the election as you put forth. But as of now, we'll end this conversation here. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this afternoon on DD India News Hour.